All right, my name is Marquise Keller, and this is my annotated by bibliography over like slave songs and like how it like really helped out the slaves during their time and like in need because it was like a really hard time for everybody at that time if you was black and like you was like you were going through like you didn't have rights, so you wasn't a person, you wasn't considered a person, you was considered property. And that's not how we like want to live. Like that's not a good way to live. So I have some sources here. First source I got is gonna be the PBS.org source. Pretty much this source like really summed up everything like that I have at all my other sources. Like this source is like the main source that all those sources contribute to. So I pretty much said I chose the article because it briefly explains how the slaves would sing songs to communicate with each other. Like, because slaves were not all from the same, like, culture. Like yeah, they was all from Africa. Most of them was from Africa. But they're not all from the same part of Africa. So you have one culture right here and one culture right here. It's like different types of slaves. So when they would sing these songs together, it would, like, really help them, like, come together and, like, it's a way to praise the Lord for like all that he's done for them and like helping them get through their day. And there's also like a message. So there's some songs, like there's one song called Wade in the Water. It's pretty much how to escape from the slave plantation. It's like wade in the water, wade in the water. So like wade in the water, children. So like when these slave owners would have dogs like hounds, these slaves would go into the water to where the hounds could not smell them. So like that water throws off all their scent. And that's a really big thing to think about, like with the slaves, because a lot of times they didn't make it out from escaping. So like if they try to escape, they either got in like really bad trouble or they got killed. So like getting in that water is like it's like guaranteed freedom almost. All right, my next article is going to be the superpower of singing music and the struggle against slavery. This source is a NPS.government source. Sorry. Pretty much, like I said, for the PBS, it's saying that singing was a superpower. It's like how they explain how the slaves were forcefully removed from Africa, being enslaved in the United States. Moving forward, I mean, the music aspect of this was like providing religion and social like commentary to each other. Like I said, they're not all from the same tribe, so it really helped them to bond to one another. And then I also got ballofamerica.org. This one's saying slave primarily in this. So pretty much, slaves in the South wasn't really as strong in Christianity because most of the time their slave owners, masters, whatever you want to call them, did not really want to push out Christianity because the Church of England was really strong at the time. So it was like a really strong Catholic point of view. It was more Catholic than Christianity, but more slaves in the North had a stronger religion towards Christianity than they did have in the South. And then I also have another source. This one is talking about like different types of songs, and like many masterpieces are sung by slaves. Like there's a lot of songs today that are played. So like usually there's 1 month out of the year, and that's going to be February, where a lot of these slave songs would come out in the black churches. Like so like you would have Wade in the Water, The Chains Are Broken. There's some more, but I just can't think of them right now. Because my church usually sings them. Usually helping sing it. Yeah, so like there's like different songs that would come out during February because that's Black History Month. And like you will learn so much from the songs. Like they would talk about it. They would speak about what happened and like what happened in the Bible and stuff like that. And like how it really helped the slaves get through their tough times and like just making them a better person. Like some slaves didn't even like make it to the United States. Some chose the water. There's a picture of slaves like sitting at the bottom of the ocean because they wasn't that deep in the ocean, but there's like slaves that chose the water instead of that struggling life of being a slave. Like nobody wants to be somebody's slave. So these slaves were like brave enough to jump in the water and just drown and like just like make a sacrifice and end it all for their future. I mean, for the future community of the black community. I mean, I really don't know where I would be at right now if it wasn't for these people sacrificing their lives and like doing all this to like just to make my life better and like for my family and stuff like that, because you know I am black, so it like it really means something to me. I used to like look into this stuff a lot. Like I used to like write about it. I wrote like a novel, not a novel, but I wrote like a mini article about it one time, and I was like, yeah, this is like I enjoyed doing stuff like this because it's about my culture, my heritage, and like this is my past. And that's gonna be all my sources for the annotated bibliography. So hope you enjoyed that.